There is one massive and fatal hole that you have to avoid, that thousands of young men are falling into every week, where the healthy addiction of getting stronger and fitter has turned into a death trap and is taking many young lives as I speak. It is estimated that 3 million people in the US use steroids, and around 1 million in the UK alone. And in a recent questionnaire answered by 500 male gym goers, around 75% of them admitted that they would consider using steroids in some form. And there are tons of reasons why this is the case, that may even be seeping into your brain today. But before we get into why, let me give you a real life example of how deadly this chase for muscularity and perfection can be. Meet Makaia Childress, a 20-year-old bodybuilder who had a heart attack early this year. Yep, a heart attack at only 20. He talks about how he started taking PEDs at the very early age of 15, starting on SARMs for 4 years, and then moving to stronger steroids and even growth hormones.
Hey guys, I'm 20 years old, and I just had a heart attack from gear. I've been abusing PEDs for the past 5 years, SARMs, human growth hormone, everything you can possibly imagine. A normal heart is supposed to squeeze around 55 to 60% of its max capacity. Mine is now squeezing at 25%, and because of that, a blood clot formed and it traveled up into the arteries of my heart. I almost died. So all you kids out there who are taking PEDs, please reconsider your health.
I found this video very powerful, and especially his realization of how much danger he put his body in, which he was almost oblivious to whilst he was chasing his goals. A very small percentage of people who abuse PEDs like this for a very long time are very lucky to survive and make it out at the other side. Therefore, his video is a massive wake-up call to anyone considering or even continuing the use of PEDs. Hence why I had to include it in this video. Although many of you may be thinking, well, obviously taking serious drugs can lead to serious health issues. Isn't that a well-known risk that he decided to take? That's where we move on to how it becomes appealing and how it's dressed up and glamorized on social media and by those we look up to. One of the reasons he got into PEDs was due to wanting to get ahead of others around him and probably catch up to the unnatural bodybuilders and influencers that he looked up to.
To look the way I wanted to look, to be as big as the other guys, I pushed gear and I pushed food, and I was not truly paying attention to my health.
Plus, when you're 15 or 16, even up to early 20s really, we tend to have the mindset that we're invincible. And we tend to think more about the instant results we want today, and we often aren't wise enough at that age to see the bigger picture and see the future consequences. I hope that alongside improving his health, that Makaia continues spreading this message for years to come, because this is an issue in the fitness space that needs to be addressed more, especially among fitness influencers and their massive audiences. Every influencer that claims using steroids in moderation is okay fuels this issue. Every time someone tells their audience to hop on a quick cycle, as if it's just a bit of protein, also fuels this issue. Every time someone makes a joke about hopping on trend on TikTok, plants a seed in a young man's head. Of course, many of these comments and posts online will be a joke, and there is very often a place for that. But there still needs to be a serious undertone and more awareness about the severity of its impact, whether that is on the creator side or the social media algorithm side. As steroids, tren, SARMs, etc. is becoming scarily normalized in gym culture. One of the main contributors towards this gym disease is the unnatural fitness influencers that you see on your feeds every day. I'm not saying that everything about them is damaging, because a guy like Sulek, for example, does provide immense value throughout his content, and I enjoy his videos a lot myself. But I do worry not only for his future health, but also the 16 to 20-year-olds who want to look exactly like him and therefore get sent down that dark path too. Many young guys who start lifting for a few years whilst watching these influencers start developing something called muscle dysmorphia, where no matter how much muscle you put on and how big you look, you still pick out the little things that you're not happy with. For example, you don't quite have delts like Sam Sulek, or don't have a chest like Larry Wheels, and so on. Even in the questionnaire I mentioned at the beginning of the video, 96% were unhappy with their bodies, and 61% wanted to look bigger. And this constant self-scrutiny can often lead guys even closer towards this unnatural path, as you are always chasing something that you can never catch. Not to mention that many people see getting in this shape as a career move, and for their content and business too. Essentially, the message I want you to take from this video is that if you are even slightly considering taking steroids, or if you're already taking some PEDs, please reconsider your decisions. When you get to your end goal, do you want it to be in a hospital bed with multiple health issues? Or do you want it to be healthy, with a wife and kids, and in shape purely from your own discipline and determination? There are also many ways that social media alters your perception of what good muscular success is and looks like. Watch this video right here to find out. And if you gained value from this video, why not hit subscribe?